Hello everyone, Puddin here with the game in my Tier 6 French battleship, the Dunkirk. We thought we'd try to get something a little French out today, considering none of us are super testers, and I'm not a big fan of posting anything from the public test server. We went with the Dunkirk today because, as everybody well knows, the French cruisers are coming out today, and this is the only French ship that we have. Now, my initial game plan is to go over to where C would be at and support my teammates or anybody who goes over there. Now, I haven't played this ship in a while. I've always had a little difficulty with this ship. I've always managed to do well. I've just never really have done exceptionally well. For some reason, I just have trouble with these guns. I either overshoot, undershoot, or when I do manage to finally hit a center mass, I just don't seem to get any big damage. Now, I do run the accuracy mod for my guns instead of the AA. That does seem to help me a little bit. When I see this cruiser, I'm going to take my first shots of the game at him. And I do believe all of these are just going to go all around him. Now, my mistake, I do manage to get 2 overpens. But that is what seems to happen to me a lot, is I seem to get overpens. I don't know if it's me or if it's the ship. I'm going to blame myself and not the ship. Because like I said, I really just don't play this ship an awful lot. Going to take another shot in on him. Looks like a nice tight salvo. Managed to get 2 citadels and leave this guy on 59 health. Oh, that just seems to be my luck in this ship. Now, not going to take away the fact that I just double citadeled him, but I just seem, like right here, I'm just going to have a hard time seeing to get, the follow-up to kill this gentleman. He's only at 59 health. He should be an easy kill. Everybody's shooting at him, and everybody just seems to be missing. This guy's doing an excellent job dodging, as our friendly Mahan manages to finish off what I started. Gonna take a shot in on the Bajoni because I'd rather get rid of him, because if I know he's probably gonna cause a lot more fire than the Omaha. No, the Omaha torps are only 5.5 kilometers. That guy's gonna have to get extremely close to use them. At that range, I should be able to decimate him. But considering he is getting closer, I'm going to want to deal with him. He is close. My shells shouldn't be affected by dispersion that much the closer I get to him. Now, I am putting my plane up to try to get some spots in on this guy. It just seems like the enemy carrier, for whatever reason, wasn't sending planes, but it does look like he is AFK. Gonna take a shot in at the Omaha. Aimed a little bit too far forward. And like I said, I'm thinking this is more my problem, especially at tier ships, is when you kind of get ships that actually have speed and some that do not. And considering I do play a lot more of the higher tier games, I sometimes have a difficult time dealing with these lower tier ships properly. Take a shot. Now my shot is behind. looking to see where that battleship is because I want to keep my nose pointed at him. It is the strongest part of this ship, and I don't want to show him any side. I got 2 fires. The Omaha is protected by the island, so I'm going to switch targets to the Begonia because I know this guy is a fire-breathing cruiser. This gentleman turns in. These shots aren't going to do anything. Slowing down because I don't want to show side to the enemy battleship over there. At the time, I failed to notice the enemy Myoka that was to my left. He would have been a better target for me to shoot at than this gentleman. But I do know these shells can go right through the bow as I get a nice citadel. And here I go, proving myself wrong about bitching about me being bad in this ship. But prior to this game, I did play this ship 9 other times. This was my 10th game. I only managed to lose twice. But this was my best game. This is going to be a real nail biter down to the end. It is also the best damage I did. I would say I was averaging maybe about 80k damage. See the enemy DD. This guy's rushing me. He is now my new priority target. Now, I don't understand why the Mahan that is over here is ignoring this guy. He can easily deal with him, especially if I'm shooting at him. This guy's getting closer and closer to my secondaries, which are fairly strong on the ship, but I'm not running a secondary build because, well, it just, to me, it just isn't worth it. Instead, our friendly destroyer is going to try to torp a target moving away from him. Never going to work, buddy. You're going to have to get too close for it to potentially happen. Taking shots in on the destroyer. Luckily, I knock him out. Now, I don't know if he dropped his torpedoes, but I do want to put some distance between me and his last known position. I don't believe he was able to put out torpedoes. I believe he thought he was going to be able to get close enough. As we can see, the friendly destroyer's torpedoes are going nowhere near the enemy cruiser. As I get a nice 3,000 salvo. Everything just seemed to click for me in this game. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it was just the fact that I was playing it so much I finally got things down, or that the people I was facing for the most part aren't as good as me. But this enemy Begonia is going to be a thorn in my side. Now, I usually do not advocate for shooting somebody who is AFK, but I'm just not getting the shots in on this cruiser. So I'm going to start pelting the carrier. Because like I said, I wasn't sure if this guy was AFK or not. Because I know at these tiers, a lot of CVs like to stay in their cap and don't move. As I get 3 citadels on this guy. It is at this point that I did realize I never did see this guy's planes. This guy never spawned in the game. But I still want to try to take this guy out as fast as possible and get back to shooting somebody who is in the game. I just want to get rid of this guy because if he does get in here, my AA is not very strong. As our friendly Mahan is dropping torps, normally I would just let the torps get there and finish him, but this guy has been absolutely no real help to me. So my attitude is, screw you, buddy. I'm getting the kill on this guy. To get another citadel and get my second kill of the game. The only thing the Mahan did for me was shoot somebody for me, that was at 59 health. But then again, everybody on the team was trying to finish that gentleman off. Now, as you can see, for the most part, I have been just pushing. I've always been a big believer in taking your battleships and pushing. While I may not be top tier, I do know how to deal with the top tier battleships that are in this game. The only real threat to me right now is the enemy cruiser. The friendlies are fighting the rest of their team. So my goal to really try to relieve some of the pressure, potentially, is get on their cap and try to get some of these guys to come back. Now, maybe I should have asked this DD for to smoke me in the cap. I could have helped out with killing ships and at the same time preserving health. Now, at this point, I did think he was going to drop smoke, and then I noticed he's not. That is why I'm slowing down. I thought I was going to get smoke, but I am not. Just chipping away at this journey, just can't seem to get the nail in the coffin and finish this guy out. But now that me, or the Mahan and myself are on the enemy cap, some of them are going to come back and try to defend. Now, I get a lovely splash all around the Bajoni. At this point, I'm just getting a little bit sick and tired of shooting at him. I may take one more salvo, but at this point, I'm just going to ignore him. I just can't seem to hit him. As our friendly Colorado has called myself and the Mahan useless. I don't understand what part of pushing their cap and trying to win is being useless. As I tell them in here, you know, why are we useless? Because we didn't sit back in our cap and just camp it. Now, I have spent way too much time shooting at this Bajoni and not killing him. But at this point, I'm noticing that some of their ships are starting to come back to deal with us. And I'm really just going to start focusing my attention on them, hopefully very freaking soon, because I just, you know, I need to start changing my focus. This guy's done an excellent job dodging my shells. And I do believe it's at this point that I just say, screw it, I'm done with this guy. He's behind an island. He's starting to get a little bit too far out of his range. I have to get bow into these battleships. Now, the Mahan lays down smoke for himself, but luckily for me, it manages to block line of sight from the Colorado on myself also. Now, I waited to shoot because I'm not detected. I'm going to wait until either one, I'm in the gentleman's smoke, or B, I'm detected. I'm going to put my plane up to spot the Colorado. I do believe the Colorado does the same thing. I'm going to take a shot in at the Colorado, and I get a nice 5,000 damage done to him, as this gentleman gets a nice salvo in on me. At this point, I just want to rush our friendly DD's smoke, get in cover. The only way we're going to win this game is if we can cap them out. Sorry about that, guys. But luckily for me, the Bajoni really hasn't been much of an issue at this point. Now, I do want to stay bowing on the Colorado, even though I do believe this gentleman can go through my bow. I still want to give this guy as low of a profile as potentially can. I'm also going to try to angle. At this point, I can care less if I'm blocking the Mahan from coming out and getting torpedoes. This guy has done nothing to help me, so I am not really encouraged to do anything to help him. I'm going to take a shot in on Colorado as he disappears as my plane comes down. Now we are getting extremely close to the end of the game. All we need to do is pray to Colorado doesn't get on cap. Spoiler, he doesn't. I'm going to finish him off as soon as I see him. Now we're going to just check out the post-battle results. 135,000 damage, fireproof, high caliber, and with the 3 ships in base cap, number 1 on the team with 2,100 base experience. Walked away with some nice money. It's what premium ships do. It's very hard to lose money in them. 134,000 damage coming from my main guns, 600 from the secondaries that I did get, and that was it for them. I do hope you guys enjoy this replay. Please keep those replays coming in, guys. We do enjoy them. And remember, please compliment people that are good teammates and do good teamwork. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves a great day.